Hi everyone, this video is going to provide you with some updates of changes that are happening in Walt Disney World with the Disney Genie Plus system. And it's also going to give you a crash course in how to use the new Lightning Lane system. So let's get into it. The first thing is we need to talk about the naming. The naming convention is changing. If you are familiar with the Disney Genie Plus system, the Disney Genie Plus system is changing its name to Lightning Lane MultiPass. And then what was previously known as the individual Lightning Lane is changing to Lightning Lane Single Pass. Now, if you were not familiar with either of these systems, that's all right. Don't worry about it. You're going to learn all about the new systems for your up and coming trips. So, our new naming is Lightning Lane MultiPass and Lightning Lane Single Pass. So we're going to start with Lightning Lane Single Pass. This is the previously named individual Lightning Lanes. This system is essentially the same. It's really just getting a change in its name. This system allows you to purchase the pass to essentially skip the line for select attractions at each of the 4 theme parks. In Magic Kingdom, that's Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Tron Light Cycle Run. In Epcot, that's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. In Hollywood Studios, it's Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. And in Animal Kingdom, it's Avatar Flight of Passage. So if you would like to experience these attractions, you can use the regular standby line, or if you'd like to kind of skip ahead, save yourself some time, you can purchase the Lightning Lane Single Pass. These are a great time saver if you're someone who likes to get as many things done in your park day as possible. These are the most sought after and in high demand attractions. You can purchase up to 2 single passes per day, subject to availability, and the pricing for these varies by park and date. So again, this is pretty much the same system that has been in place. It's just got a new name now. Now, let's talk about the big changes that Lightning Lane MultiPass, previously known as Disney Genie Plus. So, a few of the biggest changes are you can purchase your Lightning Lane passes days in advance of your park visit for added confidence when you arrive. So, if you are old school Disney World and you can remember back to the old Fast Pass system, think of it as very similar to that system. But we have a little bit shorter of a planning window. So Lightning Lane MultiPass does allow you to purchase your passes in advance. You can also choose attractions and arrival windows before purchasing a pass, so you know exactly what you're going to get. Sometimes your party might not be sure if you want to purchase the Disney Genie Plus and you didn't know what you were getting until you purchased it. Well, they've changed that with Lightning Lane MultiPass. You will get to see what's available and check it out before you purchase anything. And finally, you can make plans for multiple days all in the same day. This is personally probably my favorite update because we don't have to get up at 7 a.m. on our park days anymore to try and race everyone and make our first selection. So you are going to be able to plan for multiple days in advance, and it's going to be so much easier. So let's get into this new multi-pass system. So Lightning Lane MultiPass is an optional paid-for service, just like Disney Genie Plus was. And it allows you to select up to 3 multi-pass experiences at a theme park prior to your visit. Guests with this Lightning Lane MultiPass may select up to 1 experience from Group 1 attractions and up to 3 experiences from Group 2 attractions. We're going to talk about what's in each of those groups here in just a moment. Now, once you're in the park and you enjoy the use of your first multi-pass experience, you will be able to make an additional selection from either group, but that is subject to availability. So that is nice. So it's similar to how the system was working now, where once you make your selection, you're able to go in and make another one. So at any time, you're able to hold 3 multi-pass selections. Now, Lightning Lane MultiPass also includes photo perks now. Love this update as well. Receive digital downloads of select attraction photos and videos from your day captured with Disney PhotoPass service. Plus, you get access to PhotoPass lenses. So a little extra bonus added to your multi-pass there. Right. Now, as we've already said, one of the first updates is you are going to get to purchase and plan in advance. But the length of time you have is dependent on where you're staying. So if you are a guest of a select Walt Disney World resort, including Swan and Dolphin, you may purchase and begin pre-planning up to 7 days in advance of your check-in day. And you can plan for your entire trip at this time, up to 14 days out. So again, resort guests can start planning up to 7 days in advance. Now, if you are a guest with a date-based theme park ticket, but you're not staying at a Walt Disney World resort, that's okay. You can plan 3 days in advance. And the same rule applies. You will get to plan up to 3 days in advance for the entire length of your ticket. So if you have a 3-day ticket, you can plan for all 3 days at that time. If you have a 5-day ticket, you can plan for all 5 days. Now, let's say you are just a local and you're heading in for the day. On the day of your visit, guests can still utilize standby queues throughout the theme parks. This is always included with admission. Guests can also still sign up for virtual queues at select attractions, and you could do that beginning at 7 a.m. just as it has been. Now, these are subject to availability, so once those queues are full, they're full, but they often have a second opportunity at 1 p.m. as long as you are in that theme park. And finally, guests can purchase Lightning Lane Single Pass and Lightning Lane Multi Pass on that day, but again, they are subject to availability. So if you're not someone who was thinking of planning ahead, or maybe it's just a last minute spontaneous trip, there is a possibility you could still purchase Lightning Lane Single Pass and Lightning Lane Multi Pass on the day of. But as you can see, there is some benefit to those resort guests getting to make their selections a little further in advance. All right, so let's talk about what attractions are included in MultiPass. As I mentioned earlier, they are grouped, and the groupings vary by theme park. So we're going to start with Epcot. In Epcot, Group 1 contains rides like Frozen Ever After, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and Soarin' Around the World. You can select one of these Group 1 attractions. If you select one from Group 1, you can choose 2 attractions from Group 2. Those include the Short Film Festival, Journey into Imagination with Figment, Livin' with the Land, Mission Space, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, Spaceship Earth, and Turtle Talk with Crush. I would like to note that right now, Test Track is not included on any of the documents because it is closed for refurbishment. But I expect it to join Group 1 when it reopens, but don't quote me on that. Now, let's say there wasn't an attraction in Group 1 that really interests you. You can select all 3 of your attractions from Group 2, so it is a little bit flexible in that way. And don't forget, as soon as you use your first MultiPass selection, you can go in and select another available attraction, always holding up to 3 at a time. In Magic Kingdom, Group 1 includes Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan's Flight, Space Mountain, and Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And in Group 2, you have pretty much everything else. Barnstormer, Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger Spin, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Haunted Mansion, Small World, Tea Party, Magic Carpets of Aladdin, Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Mickey's PhilharMagic, Monsters, Inc., Laugh Floor, Pirates of the Caribbean, Tomorrowland Speedway, Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid. In Hollywood Studios, Group 1 is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, Rock and Roller Coaster, and Slinky Dog Dash. So again, you can select one item from this group. If you choose one from Group 1, you can choose up to 2 more from Group 2, which includes Alien Swirling Saucers, Beauty and the Beast live on stage, Disney Junior Play and Dance, For the First Time in Forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration, one of our personal favorites, Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, Muppet Vision 3D, Star Tours The Adventure Continues, The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and Toy Story Mania. Again, if you don't like something from Group 1, you can pick 3 from Group 2. Now, last park we need to talk about is Animal Kingdom, but it's a little bit different here. The attractions are not grouped at Animal Kingdom. You just get to choose up to 3 of these attractions for your Lightning Lane multi-pass. So Dinosaur, Expedition Everest, Feathered Friends of Flight, Festival of the Lion King, Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond, It's Tough to Be a Bug, Kali River Rapids, Kilimanjaro Safari, and Navi River Journey. Now, if you were looking for a ride that was not on a Group 1 or Group 2, remember some of the park attractions are not included in the multi-pass. They are the single pass selections that are a separate paid for service. All right, I have a few frequently asked questions to go over with you as we finish up here. So the first question I have is, do I have to purchase Lightning Lane Single Pass or Lightning Lane Multi Pass? The answer there is no, you don't. These services are entirely optional. You are still able to enjoy the parks by using the standby lines and virtual queues without purchasing Lightning Lane. So if you're one who just likes to go with the flow and wing it for the day, then you're still safe. You can still enjoy all the attractions with the standby lines. Next question is, how much does Lightning Lane cost? This is such a tough question because there's not a set price. Prices vary based on the date that you are going as well as the park. So the best thing to do is check the My Disney Experience app for pricing on your allotted time, 7 days, 3 days in advance. Next question, can I modify my Lightning Lane selection? Yes, you can. So if you 7 days in advance and you make your selections, but maybe 2 days in advance you decide, oh, you're going to change parks or you want to do something else first that day, that's okay. You're covered. You just need to log into your My Disney Experience account to modify. You can change your selected park and or date in advance up until the moment you redeem your first Lightning Lane selection of the day. You can also change your selected experience or arrival window in advance up until the start of the arrival window. Now, these things are subject to availability. So just because you reserved Remy's Ratatouille Adventure 7 days in advance does not mean it's going to be available at a later time that day. So they are subject to availability. Next question is, how do I purchase Lightning Lane? This is going to be for both Lightning Lane Multi-Pass and Lightning Lane Single Pass. You can purchase them in your My Disney Experience account, either online or in the app. Once you're logged in, make sure all members of your party are on your friends and family list. This is going to be really important because you're going to want to select every single person that you want to be enjoying the attraction with. So make sure they're all in your list. If they're not, add them before you move on to these steps. So in the My Disney Experience app, you want to select the Lightning Lane Passes section on the homepage. Select the date and theme park. Then you can select Lightning Lane Single Pass, Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, or both. Yes, you can purchase both all at once. Now, if you select a Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, you can choose up to 3 Lightning Lane Multi-Pass experiences and arrival windows in advance. If you select the Lightning Lane Single Pass, you're just choosing that one arrival window. Next step is to follow all the prompts to complete your purchase, and you will receive a confirmation. And the final step is from the confirmation screen, you can tap Plan Another Day if you are staying for multiple days or you have a multi-day ticket. Or if you're done, you can just click View My Day and review the Lightning Lane selections that you've made. And final question is, can I make Lightning Lane reservations at multiple parks? Yes, you can. So if your admission includes park hopper benefits, you may make experience selections in any of the 4 theme parks after you use your first selection of the day. So if you are going to start your day in Magic Kingdom and end your day in Epcot, you can make all your reservations, but you will not be able to select an attraction at another park until you use the first one. So I think a strategy just across the board is going to be to try and plan your attractions earlier in the day, because as soon as you use that first one, you can start making another selection. As always, please reach out to your travel advisor if you have questions or need any other insider tips or tricks. And we look forward to you traveling with us soon.